Hey, good morning. So it's been a couple of days since I showed you where the fire or the embers wouldn't fit up underneath the cauldron. Well, I shoved it and I made it work, so it's fine. I'll show it to you real quick. Let me pick it up here so I don't have to move the camera. So there it is. I'll plug it in for you in just a little bit because right now it's Thursday. Party's supposed to be tomorrow. And as of right now, I think I'm gonna keep the party as planned because, so just an update, the storm hit Florida yesterday afternoon, and it is slowly moving out on the water and it's supposed to come back up on the state of South Carolina, and then kind of skirt around us. And it's supposed, because I'm on the east side of North Carolina, it's supposed to come up on the mountain area of North Carolina on the western side. So, I mean, they're telling us, you know, you could have rains and things like that, but I don't think it's gonna be too bad, but it still could change. Hurricanes are very unreliable and they could change at any minute. So worst case scenarios, we'll have the party Saturday or Sunday after church. Not a big deal, but we're gonna go ahead and do everything and just assume that it's gonna be tomorrow night. So right now, we're gonna set this table up. I gotta go out to my shed and get some other decorations that I have. I haven't brought those in because they're for like Halloween parties. So I'm gonna go get those and we're gonna fix the table up for our party. We'll talk about the food later, but right now let's worry about the decorations. All right, let's go. Okay, so I don't really know how to start, so I'm just gonna kind of just go for it and just show you what I have so far, and then we'll just kind of start putting everything together because I don't really have a plan. We're just winging it today. But I have lots of creepy cloth for the table. This was just a little DIY from a Dollar Tree frame. It's just the spell that turns Thackeray into a cat. I just kind of crumpled it up and aged it a little bit. I have some glasses with all of the sisters on it. I got these last year for my birthday from, I believe, Marshall's is where they came from. And then I have this cute little bowl that I'm going to put pasta salad in. Oh, and I have, let me show you that. I have this pasta salad that I picked up. It was only like, what's the price tag? $3.99 from TJ Maxx, and they're black and white bow ties. So I got 2 bags of those for the party. And then I have these little they're made out of blocks of wood. I was inspired by another YouTuber, and it's a Blended Life. And I will link her channel down in the description because she goes into great details on how to make these. And I made them in 2020 when I was quarantined. So I had a great time. It gave me something to do, and I just enjoyed that tutorial a lot. There's some of my Funko Pops. I've got some Dead Man's Toes for the potion. Now, you guys don't get upset, but these are, I actually sculpted these out of clay, so I'm not going to do a real close-up because not everybody likes the gross things, but these are my Dead Man's Toes, and that's part of the movie. Here's my cauldron that we're going to set up. That's just a little dish towel that I picked up. This is a DIY of Thackeray's. No, not Thackeray. What's his name? Billy Butcherson's Tombstone. And then I got this little skull and crossbone, what is that, like a fence from the Dollar Tree. So I'm going to have that set up like it's a little graveyard. And then this is a DIY that me and my girls made, actually, during a hurricane, not a hurricane party, but we were hunkering down for a hurricane, and I prepared for everything, and I went before the storm started and got the things to make this, and all 3 of us made these signs, and that's going to go on my porch. And then over here This book was a DIY and it was a lot of work, but again, it was a quarantine project. So I had plenty of time on my hands. Had a great time making it. It is, I believe, an encyclopedia of sorts, or thesaurus or something. I'm not sure. Oh, anatomy and physiology. That's convenient, huh? Okay, and then I have this cake stand. We're gonna do something really cute with that, so stay tuned. And then these are my party supplies. I just have some plates left over from last year, lots of leftover napkins, and we reuse these cups every year for every party. So the only thing that I need to get as far as party supplies are some forks. And I think that's what I have to work with. I'm not sure if I'm gonna use any of this yet. I'd like to just keep my shelf the way it is, but we're gonna find, we'll decide when we start putting everything together. So I'm ready to get started. Let's start putting our table together. Real quick, this is the video from A Blended Life where she's showing you how to make these little ladies. So please, if you're interested in that project, go watch her, because she goes into great detail and takes her time and explains everything. And it was a fun weekend project to do. Or it will be a fun weekend project for you to do. It was a quarantine project for me. But yeah, check this out. All right, first thing I want to do is clean my table off. I am not doing this with a plan. We're doing this together. This is a different type of video that I'm doing. It's kind of like a vlog style video where you kind of come along with me for the whole journey. It may have to be in 2 different videos. I'm not sure, but I will be sure to put them very close in the week together so you don't have to wait long for the second part. But we might be able to get it all in one video. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm going to clean off the table and then we're going to start decorating. All right. First thing we're going to do, I've got some creepy cloth. I just wiped the table off so it looks nice and clean. I've got some creepy cloth and I've got this, which is, they're basically table runners. So let's start with the table runner first. Let's make it simple. These came from Hobby Lobby when Hobby Lobby sold Halloween. They don't anymore, so I don't think you can find these anymore unless you look up and find them at another store. Okay, I'm just gonna do one. We'll start with one, but I do have 2 of them. Okay, first thing I want to put on my table is my cauldron. So it has to be lit up. So I'm going to put the cord towards the back of the table, like that. And what I want to do is tie strap the cord to the edge of the table here so that my guests don't trip over it, because I've already tripped over it twice. So let me move this so you can see it better. Let's see. Where does the cord come out at? Oh, I haven't put it in there yet. I have a hole in the back of this cauldron, and that's where my lights are going to come out, and I kind of wanted those towards the back, so that's what I'm looking for. Okay. Let me do this real quick. I'm going to bring you a little closer so you can see better, but if you hear the cars outside, I opened the window because it's a little warm in here, and it feels so good outside, but that's what I'm dealing with. They tore down everything in my backyard, and a major bypass is in my backyard now. So I'm hoping once they start building houses, it'll maybe deflect some of the noise. I'm not sure, but anyway. I went to Walmart and I found that they did have their Christmas stuff up already. So what I wanted to do was to get like a little mini humidifier, or either one of those little what are those things that put out this essential oil smells where the smoke comes out? That's what I wanted, but I wasn't able to find one at an affordable price. So this is option number 2. And I bought some green Christmas lights. And I told you that there's a hole in the back of the cauldron, and I'm going to run that cord through it so that we can plug in the lights. And I'm just going to put these green lights in the cauldron for color. I put some bubble wrap in there to kind of push it up also. And if you're wondering why I bought green spider web at Walmart when we went on our little Walmart trip, it's because I want to take the spider web and layer it over the green lights so that it kind of looks like a brewing potion maybe. And I think it's going to be okay. Next year maybe I'll have a whole year to look for something that blows out smoke. But you know, like what do you call it? Fog machine is too big for this. It has to be small. So that won't work. All right. I'm going to plug that in real quick and let you see it. Okay. Does it look spooky? Spooky, spooky. And like I said, I'm going to come along here with the cord, and then I'm just going to kind of put a, what do you call it, a little tie on there so that it doesn't, so that nobody trips over it. Let me turn the lights off so maybe you can see how it looks. Hold on. How does that look? It's gonna look good. Okay. All right, our cauldron is pretty much done. I don't need to fiddle with it anymore. I've done enough. All right, we're gonna move over here to this side. So I showed you this that I have, and it has this lid here. It's like a little cake stand, but the lid is just a little too large for what I want to do. So, but I do want to use the stand. So I'm going to put this here, and I have this smaller dome that I've had. I don't know. I probably got it from a thrift store more than likely, but I didn't know what I was going to use it for. Little did I know that it would become the housing to my black flame candle in the future. So that's what we're going to put on this little stand here. I have a regular candle here, nothing fancy, and I have some pieces of wood that we're going to elevate it with. But to make the black flame, we need to do a little quick DIY. So I'm going to bring you in a little bit closer so you can kind of see how we're doing it here. Sorry if the camera's shaking. We're going to come in a little bit closer. I'm going to bring you down. All right, so I've got a piece of wax paper, and what I want to do is just take a black marker and just, let's do this side. It might not be quite as runny on this side. And just do like this. Now this is going to have to dry before we can do anything, okay? But we want a good little bit colored black. All right. So I'm going to let that dry. Okay. Oh, I need a pair of scissors. Don't leave. I'll be right back. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to take this piece of black cellophane. Is it cellophane? No, it's not. It is wax paper. Sorry about that. And I'm going to cut out a flame to the best of my ability here. And the reason I'm doing it on wax paper is because I think that it might even though this candle doesn't have a flickering wick, maybe it would show up a little better than just a piece of paper, you know? I don't know. We're going to try it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So, and I'm going to try to get these even. Okay. And I'm going to cut down the bottom here. And I'm going to have black marker all over my hands for the rest of the video. That's okay. All right. And I have a glue stick. So what I want to do is just glue these two pieces together and put, you know, generous amount on here, because I want them to stick to each other, because they can't really stick to the wick. Hold on, let me get them even here. I'm going to stick everything together except the bottom part. And then the bottom part, I'm going to kind of try to get around the wick. I put a little bit of glue on the wick to maybe help hold it. All right, let's see how that looks. Does that look like a good DIY black flame candle? Oh, we throw stuff together. It's okay. All right, so then I have these little stands. I'm going to put one here, one little pedestal there. And I'm going to put my candle here. And then we're just going to cover it up with that. Ta-da, our black, whoop, you can't see it, can you? Sorry. Ta-da, our black flame candle. All right, now the next thing I want to do is put my book over here that I made. And I don't want to lay it down flat. I want to put it kind of on a pedestal. So let me grab that. Hold on one second. All right, so I have just a regular easel, and I'm going to put that there. And then I'm going to take the book and sit it up on the easel. Hold on. Make sure I'm not damaging my pages here. And I am. Hold on. I'm going to sit it on there so it doesn't damage my pages of my book. Hold on. Here we go. There we go. And there is our book. Now, let's move on to the next. So I backed you up a little bit because I want you to kind of see the whole table, because what I want to do next is add some lights. And so the first thing, I have these lights, and they are green, orange, and purple, which are pretty good matches to the movie. So what I want to do is I want to lay them down so that I can plug them into that same plug over here. Let me make sure they work, because if they don't work, we're not having any fun, are we? All right, I think I've got one out, maybe two. I've got a few out. Let me go get another strand. Hold on a second. All right, the next thing I want to do is add some creepy cloth, and I've got this kind of a small piece here. I believe this is the one that's the smallest. And I want to actually start it here and let it drape down to make our candle look just a little more creepy. I'm going to do that. And then I want to cover the lights with the remaining creepy cloth that I have. And you know, I think I bought some white spider web, so I might even use some spider web up here to make it even. You know, when in the movie when they walked into the museum, it was covered in spider webs because it had been closed for 300. Well, the museum hadn't been closed for 300 years, but anyway, it was supposed to look creepy and spider webby, so that's kind of, I was thinking I might try to cover everything with spider webs too. But I won't use any spiders because I do understand that people have a phobia for things like that, so I'm going to try to be respectful for people who are afraid of spiders and creepy crawlies. So I'll add the spiders later. I won't put any on the video. How about that? Okay, I'm going to cover the rest of these lights. Actually, before I cover the rest of the lights, I want to do something real quick because I need to know where to put the cloth. I want to put my Billy Butcherson Tombstone on this side of the table because it's my other large piece. Now, I have another easel here that we're going to sit it in. So I'm going to put that up first. And then I have this box. What did I do with my box? I've got a box somewhere. Hold on. Let me move you closer so you can see. Okay, you should be able to see. Let me get on this side. So I'm going to sit this box here because I want my fence to have something to lay up against like that. But I don't want to see the box, so I'm going to cover it in creepy cloth. Okay, I shut the door. It's much quieter in here. I apologize for the noise. It was just really hot. I wanted to try to enjoy that cool weather, but it's just not happening. It's just too loud out there. We have just been, I don't want to say anything negative. So before I change clothes, I want to show you my little shirt. Lily made this for me. She embroidered this little pumpkin, and I want to share that with you. I really wanted to wear it in the video, but I am burning up and the noise is too much. So I apologize. Hopefully it won't be distracting for the clips that I've already recorded, but the door's shut now, so it should be better. I apologize. All right, I'm much cooler now. I've got a short sleeve t-shirt and my hair pulled back, so maybe now we can get some work done. Okay, so I'm gonna move this for just a second. I told you I put the box here for that. I want to cover the box with the creepy cloth and as well as the lights. So we're just gonna use, this is all the creepy cloth that I have. I'm not going to buy more. We're gonna use what we have. And I'm gonna cover the box as best I can because it's gonna be covered with the what do you call this thing? The fence as well, so it'll be okay. But when I was walking back in here, I saw the lights from like a distance and it looks really cool. So I'm glad that I decided to do that. It's gonna look great. This is a little piece, okay. And then I've got to cover all this back here as well. So I'm just gonna go over that. Doesn't have to be perfect. And hold on. Bring this out just a little bit more. Maybe we can get this. I know you can't see what I'm doing. I'm sorry. I apologize. I was getting this piece over here. Okay, so let's put our, here it is. Let's put our tombstone. Now this is just made from a piece of cardboard. This was another quarantine project that I did. This was quite difficult if you're not a drawer. if you're not artistic, it's a lot of work. So I am not the most artistic person in the world, but I'm not the most unartistic person. So I can do some things to a point. All right, and then I have my little fence here. And you know what would be neat is to have some moss. But I don't want to use moss because I don't want the messiness of it. Let me go see what I can find in my craft room. All right, so I don't want to use moss. Moss is too messy. So I found these two greenery stems that kind of look like vines. And I was thinking, what would it look like if I had some vines coming up here? Like maybe, you know, that the tombstone has been sitting there for a long time and weeds have been growing on it, you know. I wish it wasn't quite as green as it is, but it's not that important. It's just a little prop, so it's fine. But let me see what that looks like. Let me grab my glue gun. I have this little cordless glue gun, so it cuts itself off, which is irritating. But anyway, so what would it look like if maybe there was a little bit of the vines coming up there? What do you think? And then I'll put one over on this side as well. I might have to cover the camera here for a second. Can you see? Okay. I'm gonna back the camera up so I'm not covering it, and then I'll fiddle with that a little bit. Okay, it's really coming together. All right, so the next thing I want to do, I want to add a few little tchotchkes around the table, because that's what makes the table. All the little details are going to be the things that just kind of give them a little laugh and make their whole night. So first I'm going to add, okay, let me show you what I have on my little platter of goodies here. So I've got the little wooden girls here. We're going to set those out somewhere. And then I pulled out my Funko Pops. I've got those. And I've got a little cauldron to sit them around. I also have the little sign here. But I do have more things to show you that's going to be coming up. So they're going to be some of the most fun things are the little details at the end. So make sure you watch this video to the end, because I don't want you to miss out on that great idea that you may want to try at your own party. But I'm going to set these few little things out. And, oh yeah, we have our dead man's toes that we have to sit out. And then we're going to talk about the food. talk about food. So for my guests, I'm going to be cooking a soup. So that's going to be their meal. They're not going to have appetizers other than maybe one thing that I'm going to fix. So I'm going to have soup over on the stove, and then over on the table, the only thing that I'm going to have on the table, I'm going to have pasta salad, which you saw me put this bowl here. That's where my pasta salad is going. I'm also going to have biscuits, the type that you get from Red Lobster. So you can buy the mix at the grocery store. I'm going to get that. And then I'm going to have some little crab bites, which are basically crab meat and cream cheese wrapped in a croissant. So it's going to be some little appetizers as well. That's it. Other than I'm going to make, of course, obviously, I'm going to make the little spell book brownies, which we'll do that tonight when Lily gets here because she'll want to do that. So we're going to have the pasta salad over here. We're going to have the biscuits. We're going to have the little crab bites, and we're going to have the brownies. So I only need 3 plates here to put those things in. I'm also going to have a my brain just went completely blank. A punch. I'm going to have a punch. It's going to be green. It's going to match the rest of the table. So I'm going to put the punch container here. I'm going to have some bottled water and then have the 3 plates here. So this front part of the table is all going to be reserved for food. So I'm going to go ahead and set that up so that we know where everything goes. By the way, I just checked the weather, and there could possibly be some pop-up tornadoes with the residual leftovers of Ian. So I think what I'm going to do is change the party to Saturday night. I'm checking with my guests now to make sure that they're free, and I'm just everybody's family, so it should be easy to just let everybody know. But I think I'm going to move the party to Saturday just to make sure that everybody is safe and in their homes during this storm. There's businesses closing down. I'm not really sure why, but the schools are closed down, other than they're doing remote learning. So who am I to say that it's safe to come out when all of these other people are saying that you need to be home? So we're going to move the party to Saturday. Everything should be completely done by Saturday, and I shouldn't have to worry about anything. So that decision has been made, other than making sure everybody's free Saturday. I mean, hopefully we don't have to move it till next weekend. Let's hope not. But anyway, okay, let's set our food up. Okay, so I have this container here. That's going to be our punch. And you saw me make this immortality potion sign. I'm going to hang that around it. Can you see what I'm doing? No, you cannot. So I'm just going to tie this here real quick. I now have the stress ink all over my hands. I'm gonna clean all of these up also before we use them. They all need to be washed. So I actually probably should have washed that before I put that sign on, but I'll figure it out. Okay, so then we have some, I'm going to get more at the grocery store, but I have some bottled water. I'm gonna put that here. Here's my cups for my immortality potion right here. So I put some water here, and I made this little sign to go with my water that says, "Bottled burning rain of death, 'tis but water." And that'll give your guests a little kick of, a little joke from the original movie. Okay, and then right here and here, let me move my camera over just a little bit. Okay, we're going to put these 2 plates. One is for biscuits, and one is for the little crab bites. And then this big area right here is going to be for the brownies. So I'm going to put that there. The only other thing that I don't have out right now, I'm going to get some little chocolate bars, just a few, and I'm going to put that sign with it, and it'll just be a little joke on the table. So we'll have a small plate here that I'll put that on. I may have one right here. No. Let's just pretend this one's going to be used for now. And that'll be where our chocolate fingers of a man named Clark goes. So that's my table. That's it. I'll take the camera down and I'll give you a little close-up of everything. But that's pretty much it. Once I get all the food purchased and set out and everything, I'll show you that as well. And I'm also going to let you look around at the party when everybody's here. We're all wearing pajamas, so that's gonna be fun so that we can watch the movie. I've also got some popcorn containers that I'm gonna serve popcorn to my guests while we're watching the movie. Let me turn this up just a little bit. Okay, and that's my party. It's gonna be very low key, other than the fact that I go all overboard on the tablescape, but hopefully you found some ideas. Now there are so many ideas online that you can find as well, really cute ideas that I'm just not gonna do. There's just too many things to do. But this is my version of the Hocus Pocus 2 viewing party. So we're not done yet, we're just done with this part. I will be back. We're gonna, oh yeah, I'll be back tonight, and we'll make the brownies, so you still have lots in store on this video. And like I said, it may be 2 videos, who knows. We're just flying by the seats of our pants around here. So, but for now, I'll talk to you soon.